Today we are back for a new JJK chapter after this long break. We got chapter 148. This is going to be a primarily Janishis Clan focused chapter, but let's go ahead and get up into it. The chapter opens up with Naoya and Maki talking, and Naoya disrespecting Maki because of her scarred face and burnt face, saying, "Your face was the only thing you had going for yourself." Maki retorts with, "I'm surprised you can tell women apart by their faces. I thought you only looked at their asses." Naoya continues to belittle Maki because of her not being able to use curse techniques or to see cursed spirits. And we see a flashback of Naoya stepping on Maki in the past, stating that should he bully her like he did back in the day. Naoya says that, "So are you gonna just stick behind Okotu and Megami and then calls her a piece of trash yet again?" We then see Maki on her way to the warehouse for the weapons, and we see her mother for the first time in the tunnel saying, "Maki, please go back. Did you forget we are not allowed to come down to access the Cursed Tools warehouse?" Maki replies with, "The head said it was fine." By the way, throughout this chapter, Maki's new design in some of these panels makes her look even more badass than she already was. Especially with even the little panel of her twirling the key in this scene looked just so dope. Cut back to Megami talking to Maki about the Naobito's assignment of Megami as the head of the clan. Megami refuses this because it's too tiring of a job for him, and Maki says this isn't something you should decline. Maki says Naobito mentioned you will have access to the money, the cursed tools, as well as the information from the three clans in the Jujutsu headquarters. And it's better if you do it, Megami, because no one would agree with me like I am currently. Maki goes on and states pretty much stating what Megami has achieved, with him inheriting the 10 shadows, attaining a domain expansion, and even gaining the respect of Gojo Satoru. Maki says, "I'm still not good enough." And we cut back to Maki going to the warehouse, and her mother says, "Maki, please, for once in my life, make me feel proud." Which her mother in this chapter definitely is in a position where it looks like she's kind of just viewed as another weak woman in the Zenin clan. Not really much was said by her other than this in this chapter, but just off the facial expressions that she's giving, she just seems like, she doesn't really have much say in what's going on right now. Maki opens the warehouse and finds her father, Oji, waiting for her, and he says he got rid of the cursed tools in the warehouse because he anticipated this would happen. And it's revealed Mai was already there, and it shows Ogi fought her and she's bleeding on the floor, asking why Maki came. We see a scene of Naoya and Junichi planning out what they're going to do about the Zenin family, and Junichi flat out states that Megami is undoubtedly better than you, and he has been supporting him in an attempt to restore the Zenin and Satoru clan relationship. But we can't agree with Megami getting all of our clan assets, and that we will move slowly because Megami has a good relationship with Gojo and Kamo, the next head of the Kamo clan, which means he has a good relationship with the other heads of the clans, and that killing him without reason would simply make us look bad, and we will fall in the balance of power. So we will use Satoru Gojo. And to sum up what Junichi says, he says that since Gojo is viewed as a criminal because of the Shibuya incident, we will kill Maki, Mai, and Megami for releasing Satoru Gojo. Naoya says, yeah, killing his own daughters would give him some credibility. Junichi says, and with that, Jujutsu headquarters fate was solidified with us. Is Oko Oji really okay with this? Junichi says Ogi is the one who proposed the idea. We cut back to Maki and Oji starting their battle, with Ogi using secret falling blossom emotion, the same technique Naobito used in Dagon's domain, but in an IA sword style formation. Maki reveals the weapon she's got from Juzo's workshop, which is this dope looking sword that absorbs the impact of the cursed energy on the blade and reflects it at the user's will. Maki uses the fact that Oji doesn't know this to her advantage. They're fighting with the swords until Maki breaks Oji's sword, and she begins to continue with the attack, but Oji's broken blade comes back to the sword and slices Maki's arms in the process. And Oji states, "The reason I couldn't become the head of the clan was because you two were nothing but failures." And the chapter ends with Maki's blood on Oji's face. Now that was the end of the chapter, and I really enjoyed this chapter because getting more of the Zenin family and the struggle between the clan and Megami, Maki, and Mai is always it's always good to see. I love that storyline. I'm glad we're getting further into it. And Gege is really making the clan in terms of Naoya's side really irredeemable. They still have these old ways of judging people, the weak, and how they approach situations, and even how they're going about killing Megumi, Maki, and Mai. It's pretty dirty, but you kind of have to understand. In a weird way, you kind of have to like give them props for even thinking of that. So this also shows how desperate they are in terms of trying to. Okay. It also shows how desperate they are in the current moment of trying to regain power in the hierarchy as well. I enjoy Maki all throughout this chapter, showing her growth and strength, emotionally with the Mai stuff and her walking past her mother with no hesitation. Also, the build up to the resolution of the Zenin clan has been one of my favorite parts in the whole series. I'm looking forward to seeing what Maki and Mai do in the next chapter. Also, the build up for Noya versus Megumi's inevitable battle is looking real nice so far. That's pretty much my thoughts on the recent chapter. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll holler at y'all in the next one.